Summer 2016 is supersized, literally. While Captain America the Winter Soldier and Furious 7 expanded the summer movie season into April, in 2016 the party kicks off in March with one of, well, the most anticipated movies of all time, Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. Sure, it had to chart new territory because it played chicken with Marvel for the first weekend of May and lost, but hey, March is Snyder country. The director is 3 for 4 for the month and is obviously looking for another win here. Plus, Disney has also found success in March with Alice in Wonderland and Oz the Great and Powerful, so now the month is fully in play, and is where our coverage for 2016 begins. The month kicks off with Tim Burton going up against his old employer, the Mouse House, as Peregrine's Home for Peculiars and Zootopia open opposite each other. Then Jesus gets the Anne Rice treatment as her take on his younger years is adapted for the big screen in Christ the Lord, which will need a miracle to withstand legendary Duncan Jones's Warcraft. The next weekend, Divergent returns with the first half of its final installment, Allegiant, opposite Kung Fu Panda 3, which will finally be hitting theaters. Let's hope DreamWorks Animation is still in business by then. Then, of course, the month closes with Batman v Superman, which is, of course, expected to dominate. Unless Beverly Hills Cop 4, where Axel Foley returns to his Detroit roots, turns out to be stronger than expected competition. Hey Batman, better check the Batmobile's tailpipe for bananas. Things cool down a bit in April, probably because Hollywood expects March's entries to still be burning up the box office. The first half of the month sees Mean Girls director Mark Waters try to repair his reputation post-Vampire Academy with Catfight, while Melissa McCarthy hopes to create another memorable character with Michelle Darnell. McCarthy plays a titan of industry who sent off to prison for insider trading, then tries to repair her public image when released. Peter Dinklage and Kristen Bell co-star. Michelle Darnell will compete with the Jesse Owens bio, starring unknown Stephan James as Owens and Jason Sudeikis in a rare dramatic turn. Then the second half of the month gets a bit more competitive, with Disney's live-action Jungle Book taking on The Best Man Wedding. Both are part of very strong brands at this point, live-action fairy tales versus Malcolm D. Lee's Now trilogy. Finally, April is set to close with another live-action fairy tale, this time from Universal, as The Huntsman hits theaters. This prequel drops Kristen Stewart's Snow White to focus on Chris Hemsworth's Huntsman, Charlize Theron's Ravina, and new additions Emily Blunt and Jessica Chastain. There hasn't been that kind of wattage in a movie about witches since Eastwick, and maybe Hocus Pocus. May, when the summer movie season used to kick off. Is Marvel's Captain America: Civil War now late to the party? We'll see, as well as if Kevin Feige's deal with Sony was a spectacularly good or bad idea, as Spider-Man finally joins the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Next, Friday the 13th will try to rebrand once again, while Neighbors gets a sequel? What? There's an unexpected yet welcome surprise, kind of like Zac Efron's comedic ability. But you know what's not going to be a surprise? The success of the Angry Birds movie, which hits theaters the very next weekend. Then May closes out with a genuine clash of the titans, Disney's Alice in Wonderland sequel, where Sacha Baron Cohen joins the original cast, versus X-Men Apocalypse. Will it be the end of one of these franchises, or is there enough room at the box office for both to prosper? If you're hoping to catch your breath or save your money in June, you're out of luck. While Michael Bay's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles reboot did solid business in August 2014, its sequel is being moved up to June, where it kicks off the month. But it better make its money fast, as opening the very next weekend are a trio of hotly anticipated movies. There's The Conjuring 2, where James Wan, Patrick Wilson, and Vera Farmiga all return. Now You See Me 2, which not only keeps its original cast, but adds Daniel Radcliffe to the mix. And top video game Uncharted finally makes it to the silver screen. Who will play Nathan Drake? Then the very next weekend, Pixar delivers yet another sequel with Finding Dory, which should get a major boost from Ellen DeGeneres' ever-growing star power. But it will have some interesting competition from Shane Black, who looks to cash in that blank check he got directing Iron Man 3. The 1990s staple is spending his Hollywood capital on a 1970s murder mystery centered around a fading porn star with Ryan Gosling, Matt Bomer, and, reunited after LA Confidential, Russell Crowe and Kim Basinger. Finally, Independence Day 2 opens a week ahead of the 4th of July, as the Will Smithless sequel can't compete with the movies already opening for the holiday. It'll also find stiff competition in Universal's third reboot of The Mummy, this time reimagined as a genuine action horror film, with Star Trek's Alex Kurtzman and Mama's Andre Muschietti teaming up to direct. That means it'll either be scary good or scary bad. So, what scared off ID42? That would be Steven Spielberg's adaptation of Roald Dahl's The Big Friendly Giant, Warner Brothers' Tarzan remake with Alexander Skarsgård, Margot Robbie, Samuel L. Jackson, and Christoph Waltz, plus The Purge 3. Will audiences celebrate America by seeing a film that has a sardonic view of that celebration? Next up, Zac Efron has his second comedy of the summer, starring opposite Workaholics' Adam Devine, and the adaptation of the book Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates. Is Seth Rogen so easily replaceable? The flick hopes to act as counter-programming to Star Trek 3, although that might be pretty funny itself with Simon Pegg scripting. After that, Ice Age 5 has an entire weekend to itself before 3 more movies crowd into the same weekend. The all-female Ghostbusters reboot squares off against Guy Ritchie's King Arthur and the Power Rangers movie, which hopes that by late July 2016, you'll have forgotten all about that fan film on the internets. And speaking of forgetting, Matt Damon and Paul Greengrass hope you haven't forgotten how awesome they are when it comes to Jason Bourne movies, as the duo returns for another entry at the end of the month. Does Jeremy Renner at least get a free movie ticket? Finally, we reach August, Wild Card Month. This is where Marvel's gamble, Guardians of the Galaxy, paid off handsomely, and obviously Warner Brothers is hoping the same will happen with the surprisingly similar Suicide Squad. But while Star-Lord and company will joke about killing you, or at least kicking you in the groin or giving you the finger, this lineup will actually kill you, or worse. And in an interesting bit of counter-programming, if you don't want to see Suicide Squad, then how about The Smurfs 3? After that, another Zac Efron comedy, this time opposite Robert De Niro in Dirty Grandpa. Has Seth Rogen created a monster or a gift to audiences? Or maybe just his own worst enemy, as Rogen debuts his first animated film the same weekend, Sausage Party. Disney's live-action Pete's Dragon also opens, as does the 3D supernatural actioner Spectral, which stars James Badge-Dale, Emily Mortimer, and Bruce Greenwood. Expect Spectral to move to another release date. Then Leica returns with their next stop-motion entry, Kubo and the Two Strings. Set in Japan, it will feature the voices of Matthew McConaughey, Charlize Theron, Rooney Mara, Ralph Fiennes, and Art Parkinson as Kubo. In other words, nobody Japanese, or even Asian. So that's the summer lineup for 2016. What are your must-sees, your maybe-sees, and your heck-no-sees? Be sure to write your thoughts down below. I'm Grace Randolph, and this has been a Movie Bite. You can watch more right now.